Are you trying to manifest your desire, but you often find yourself getting triggered by things you see or hear that drag you into a negative state? If you answered yes, then keep watching because this video is for you. What's up, superheroes? Welcome back to my channel, the place where we make the impossible possible. I'm Scarlet Grace from UnseenSeraph.com. I'm a manifestation coach, and today's video is about getting triggered. Why you're getting triggered, what it means when it happens, and what you can do about it so that you solve this problem once and for all. If you're new here and you want to learn how to manifest any desire fast with the law of attraction and Neville Goddard's teachings, then start now by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you won't miss any video that could change your life. And if you need some extra help or my personal advice for your situation, coaching is available. I also have a 21-day course on how to manifest your specific person. So if that's what you're looking for, then click the link in the description to check it out. So today I wanted to talk about being triggered. This video is the result of a conversation that happened in the comments of a previous video of mine, where someone, a viewer, mentioned that there are some people, including themselves, that feel triggered by my videos because I mention specific limiting beliefs and fears that come into the mind of someone who may be trying to use the technique I'm presenting, and how this is a negative thing, and how I don't need to do this because it is not helpful and it triggers people and they cannot watch the video. And this specific person that left that comment said that they have done all the work and they're over the negative things, so why do I have to trigger those things in the minds of people? So instead of participating in that discussion in the comments where few people would get to see my reply, I decided to make a video about this and address this because it is a very important topic when it comes to manifesting. And just to be clear up front, this is not meant to call anyone out. This video is made because many people, not just the person who started this discussion, have this view about manifesting. And many of my coaching clients, when they originally come to me, have this kind of thinking and have this kind of problem. And this is why this deserves its own video. Here's the thing. The way I have found manifesting to be most effective if you want to have lasting results and find true happiness and inner peace in the process, manifesting is not about positive thinking. The law of attraction says that you have to think positively and avoid all negative thoughts at all costs and blah, blah, blah. This is not feasible. This is not something that people can do. Manifesting is not about eradicating all negative thoughts and never allowing them to enter our minds. Negative thoughts serve a purpose. Our fears serve a purpose. When we are afraid of something, it is because our system, our subconscious mind, is trying to protect us from getting traumatized again. Sometimes fear is very useful. For example, if you fear that a lion will eat you when you're in front of a lion, this is a very, very useful fear because it is what is going to make your body produce hormones that will make you run as fast as possible, faster than you ever thought you could run. And that is how you stay alive. That is the purpose of fear. Now, in the modern world, because we are not usually faced by lions wanting to eat us, we develop the same kind of reaction for things that are not as dangerous to our well-being, to our physical well-being, as a lion would be. But our system, our subconscious mind, do not understand the difference. So if you've been in a situation that hurt you, the natural tendency of your mind will be to bring up fears and negative thoughts in order to prevent you from going towards that thing. For example, if you have been hurt in romantic relationships before, especially by a specific person, if you try to manifest this person, it is normal that fears will come up because it is your subconscious mind trying to protect you from going towards a person that made you feel pain in the past. And this is normal. This is not something to be afraid of, and this is not something to hide away from. In fact, when you get triggered, it is actually a good thing. Because here's how this works. Many people tell me, this person in the comments that inspired this video said that, but many of my coaching clients, when they first come to me, they also say that, and that is why I feel it is so important to address. So, many people tell me, I've done all the work, I don't have any limiting thoughts anymore, I've healed all the pain, and I say, okay, that looks great. That means that you can very easily manifest your desire now. And I explain to them what I want them to do in order to manifest their desire. And then in the next session, they come back to me talking about how this tiny little thing happened that threw them off their game completely, and how they're feeling miserable and crying all the time, and they cannot even focus on a scene that is after the end result they want because they are so triggered by this thing and all the negative thoughts rushed back in. And this is the case with a person in the comments as well. They got triggered by me giving a few examples for just a few seconds of negative thoughts that someone could think of, negative thoughts that could be triggered when trying to use the technique that I presented, which in this case happened to be using memories in order to manifest. Now here's the thing. The person who left that comment, as well as many of the people who come to me with this problem, think that the problem is the trigger, the fact that someone triggered them. But here's the thing. You're God of your reality, and circumstances do not matter. So it shouldn't matter if you hear something that is triggering if you actually did the work like you claimed you did. What it tells me when you get triggered by something like that, when you get so easily triggered, is that you haven't actually done the work. Maybe you thought that you worked on those issues and they're healed and they're gone, but if they were gone, you wouldn't be triggered. It's like saying, I broke my leg and it's fully healed unless I try to walk with it, in which case I fall down. And it's the floor's fault that I fall down. It's not the floor's fault. You started a healing process, it never got completed, that's why it hurts when you try to walk. Your leg isn't healed, that's what it means. So when you get triggered by something, and especially if you get triggered by things like me mentioning generic thoughts that could come to someone's mind when trying to access past happy memories of something that they now don't have anymore, this tells me that you truly haven't healed what happened in the past. Because if you had done revision, then you wouldn't be triggered by someone mentioning similar things. If something happened in my past and it still hurts me, that means that I have to revise that event. If I still get triggered at the mere mention of something that remotely resembles that thing that hurt me, that means that I didn't do enough revision. Otherwise, I wouldn't be triggered now. And this is actually something that is extremely helpful when it comes to manifesting. Because the things that trigger you, first of all, there are things that you manifested in your reality, because everything in your reality is your manifestation. So you manifesting, for example, me giving specific examples of what could trigger you, is a manifestation of you. You wouldn't even watch the video that contained something that triggers you if you hadn't manifested it. So that's the first reason why it is important to pay attention when something triggers you. It tells you what is left inside of you that goes contrary to your desire. The second reason it is important, it has to do with the fact that you can absolutely manifest anything you desire without changing your limiting beliefs and without making sure to heal all the past hurts. Without any of that, you can absolutely manifest without it. What you cannot do is you're not able to keep those things that you manifest unless you change who you are. So if you are this person who has all those fears and who is so easily triggered, you will be unable to keep the thing that you manifested through positive thinking and avoiding all negativity and all triggers. It's impossible. At some point, something will throw you off your state and you will manifest losing the thing that you manifested. Why? Because you haven't healed the parts inside you that created the problem in the first place. You haven't healed the parts inside you that say, for example, I'm not good enough. Because if you had healed those parts, then remembering that your specific person 2 years ago said that you're not good enough for them would not trigger you. It would not. You would know it's not true. You would have revised the event. It would mean nothing to you. And especially in cases where something triggers you that doesn't even have to do with your situation. So it's not like you woke up and you found this weird message from this random girl on your boyfriend's mobile phone. So you got triggered and you started thinking this must be someone he's cheating with. If it's not even inside your situation, if it's something external completely, if it's a generic example that I give in a video and it triggers you so badly that you cannot keep watching the video, This is a huge indicator that you're not going to be able to maintain whatever you manifest in this specific situation. Because if you get thrown by something that you hear, that it's not even about your situation, but you make it about your situation, what happens if something happens in your reality directly related to your specific person or whatever it is that you want to manifest? How are you going to stay in your state then if you get thrown so easily off your state by something generic? So I wanted to make this video to point out this and to point out that manifesting is not about eradicating all negative thoughts by pretending they don't exist. Manifesting is not about walking on eggshells and spending our lives walking on eggshells and trying to avoid every little trigger and every negative thing. Avoiding triggers is sometimes necessary in the beginning because if you're in a really bad situation, you need to get a grip on yourself first so that you can effectively manifest. It's kind of impossible to manifest if you spend the whole day crying and mopping on the floor. So that's why we say in the beginning, avoid triggers, avoid thinking of all the bad things that happened, avoid talking about those bad things with your friends, avoid songs or movies that talk about breakups, for example, or whatever it is that happened that is triggering you, that is causing you to be sad. But that's just in the beginning. It's like when you break your leg, the doctor says, don't put weight on the leg and be careful with it. But that's not forever. That is in the beginning so the leg can heal. Eventually, if it heals right, you're going to be using that leg normally, like you did before, like nothing happened, like it never broke. And that's the same with manifestation and triggers. You avoid them in the beginning until you are in the right mental frame to deal with them, to sit down and make a list of what exactly those things are, what exactly are the beliefs that made those events so hurtful, so painful to you, and you deal with them. You revise the events, you change the beliefs, and then you can go about your life without having to walk on eggshells, like you will go about your life walking on that leg that you broke 2 years ago, if it is healed properly. If it hasn't healed properly, it's obvious that you won't be able to walk on that leg. It will still hurt. You will still not want to put pressure on it. If you don't heal the things that cause you pain, it makes sense that they will keep triggering you. Manifesting is not deciding that you're never going to use that leg again because it broke so that you never feel the pain. Manifesting includes healing that leg completely so it doesn't have to feel pain and you can use it normally. And the way to do that when manifesting is by going inside yourself and asking, what inside me manifested this? That's the solution. That's how you maintain things in your reality. You look at the things you manifested that you didn't like, and you tell yourself, okay, I fully accept that I manifested this. And I'm going to work on this and make sure that I heal everything that needs to be healed and I change all the beliefs that need to be changed so that it doesn't have to hurt me again. That's how it works. So if at any point you get triggered by something, especially if it's a small thing that isn't directly related to your situation, so it's not like someone brings up something from your past and it reminds you of how awful it was, it's just someone giving examples of negative thoughts that could come in someone's mind. If you feel yourself triggered, the best kind of reaction is not to walk away from the video or the book or whatever triggered that reaction. The best reaction is to take out your notebook and write down, she was talking about this and it triggered me badly. And decide that when you're calmer, when you feel better, you're going to give time to this. You're going to explore this and see where it leads. Find out why it is triggering you so that you can do something about it. That's how it works. So if you're the kind of person who up until now thought that manifestation and manifesting your desires has to do with avoiding negativity at all costs and never going there, or if you feel that you have done the work, but you spend your life walking on eggshells and trying to avoid all kinds of negativity and thinking the whole world around you is toxic and that's the problem, then I want you to reconsider. I want you to consider the fact that the whole world is not toxic because it's all a manifestation of you. So if the whole world around you feels toxic, that probably means that there is something toxic inside of you, something that you haven't healed. And I want to urge you to be loving with yourself, to be kind with yourself, and tell yourself, I'm not willing to spend the rest of my life walking on eggshells, and I'm not willing to spend the rest of my life with this pain. I deserve to find the root of this pain and heal it so I can feel good, so that I don't have to be afraid of being triggered, so that I don't have to feel that I live in a world where everyone around me is toxic and is dragging me into their negativity. Because this is your reality. You manifest everything. You manifest me. You manifest the videos you watch. You manifest the people on Facebook. You manifest the whole circus. It's all yours. So if something really annoys you, really pains you, and really triggers you in this reality, it's a reflection of you. It's you pushed out. And you owe it to yourself and to your happiness to look into it, to explore it, and find what it is, and do what needs to be done in order for you to feel good, not at that moment, not by avoiding it, not by hiding and pretending it doesn't exist, but by acknowledging it and fixing it. So that was what I wanted to share with you today, and thank you for watching, and have a great rest of the day.